So, Pi back again, continuing on with our noob's journey of Final Fantasy XIV. And today, I'm going to be running a little Palace of the Dead. I've been using this to level up, running with mixed parties on floor 51 to try and get up some of my lower level characters and unlock the advanced classes. I'm going to do this with each and every one of the advanced classes while trying to level up. What is it? My main character, Red Mage. This seems really quick to do. You don't have to wait in queue forever, like some of the dungeons. And it kind of gives me a little break from the storyline. Fortunately, I'm in between good old Realm Reborn and the Heaven's Ward, I believe the name of it is, DLC. And there is an obscene amount of quests in between there. I guess they put in quests for each patch, and it is almost unbearable to try and get through that. I know people are like, enjoy the storyline, but I'm like, dude, I'm burnt out on just running through that. Because there is literally like 100 quests, and then half the quests you have to do dungeons for, and then trying to figure out what dungeons you need to unlock to continue on with it is really a headache, and it kind of messes with the pacing of the game. They need to make that like optional. Just saying. It is very tedious for a new player to run through 100 quests to try and get to the next DLC. It's kind of dissuaded me from, I've even contemplated buying the little skip just to get done with it. It's like $11 or something, just because it is so annoying. But I digress. We're continuing on with leveling. Have got up quite a few characters and got to play with them at higher levels, done like some of their skills and stuff. Of course, I do not have the advanced classes on a lot of these. I did want to try out Ninja because that seems really cool. And why not? I mean, though the ninjutsu, I heard that it was kind of difficult to actually unlock and stuff like, or to do it right at first, because the opener is like a very big thing, and getting trick attack down is super important. Yeah. The only thing bad is I don't have a lot of skills on this character, so trying to kill things is pretty rough. This is kind of fun because you get to be a toad through half of it too, which is a neat thing that they put back into the game. I like that they had that. That was like a big thing in, was it 4? Final Fantasy 4? Remember getting turned into a toad all the time. I'm surprised they don't have imp status in this, though. That would be cool to be an imp. My views on a number of characters have changed since I started playing. I absolutely despised the summon or anarchist summoner because of blue, or what is it, blue carbuncle? I don't know. Was it carbuncle with arrow, who likes aggroing everything on me and getting me one punched by level 50 guys. I do like the Topaz Carbuncle. Seems a lot better. Once they gave me that, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't too bad now. Been trying to figure out which character has like a playstyle that I really enjoy. I mean, Red Mage is alright. I think I've gotten down the combos for him pretty good, or the combos and the rotations and all that fun stuff. It's fairly easy. And having heals is not a bad thing. I just don't think it does as much damage as other character classes. And I really wanted to try out a melee because I've been doing mostly mage anyways. I pretty much mained a white mage through the whole story because super easy, and running through the game was kind of a joke with it. But I've gotten to the point where it's kind of become rougher because you have to focus more on cleansing and stuff like that, and then trying to mix in your DPS on bosses and stuff like that, versus just going through and, you know, kind of spamming heal on the tank because he almost gets one shot every time you play through. Now at least the tanks have like a knowledge of it, especially on the higher levels, it seems, where they actually have their defense buffs up and aren't, you know, getting hit every 2 hits and dying. And there seems to be a lot fewer people that need reses or even heals because they have their own self heals and stuff like that. So it was getting to be a little too tedious for me. So I decided to go to a DPS class. I do still want to try tank. I really enjoyed the Marauder class. Want to see where that goes. I probably will level up that next, just to see what it is like. But I do want to continue on with the ninja. I think the ninja has a pretty cool ability, skill type thing. It kind of reminds me of almost like Sabin, because you have to input the things to do your ninjutsus. Good old Sabin from was it Final Fantasy VI? Yeah, 6. So I really want to try that out, because Sabin used to be one of my, well, besides Shadow. Shadow was always awesome in that game. Sabin was probably my second favorite character, just because he had the combos and stuff like that. So you had to try and get everything down. It was an interesting thing to put into, you know, an RPG where you had to actually put in like the button combos for like a Hadouken, stuff like that. That was fun. I will be doing videos on Final Fantasy until, of course, Elden Ring comes out, because I don't know what else to cover on PS5, honestly. I've tried Demon Souls, I've tried Scarlet Nexus. I'm just not getting the traction on those videos. I mean, I have the views and stuff on my account to actually, you know, get the ad revenue. I just don't have subscribers. So please subscribe. I really need this. Trying to get away from my dead-end job. And I do stream on Twitch too, Pi Perfect Paradox on Twitch TV. So I stream those there regularly on my days off. Unfortunately, I don't get enough time during the week to do that because I work 80 hours a week. So I will be streaming on my days off. When I get days off, it is kind of a little irregular right now. But hopefully I can start streaming more on that here now that it's the down season. I don't know if I said this before, but I work in hospitality, and I work in a resort town with ski hills and stuff like that. In the winter, 3 ski hills, and then the summer, a lot of people come to the lake here in town. It's kind of like almost like Aspen or Lake Tahoe-esque. If you've ever been to either of those destinations, that's what it's like. But I need to try something different. Just not having the fun that I used to doing what I do. So figured, why not be a streamer? Everybody else is doing it now. So do have a couple buddies that I stream with on occasion, and they do pay me well for doing that, but most of the time it's on games that I don't like covering or I'm tired of playing. Cough, cough, Destiny. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again on the channel.